Ladies and gentlemen, just a bit until we go live here. The greatest stuttering live stream today coming up. Hope you guys enjoying the little Halloween vibes we have. We're in the middle of October. I know it's been a while, but we have a lot to talk about. Hope you guys got a drink in hand and ready to rock and roll. We'll see you guys in about 4 minutes.
Spread Halloween, my minions.
Bounce, 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 bounce. This is Brian from Orlando. Well, howdy, folks. Long time no see. Stephanie and I, we have survived. We're here. We know we're going to send you guys plenty of updates in the past, 4 years since we've last talked. And we're here. We made it. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Happy Friday evening. And
or Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
October.
Yeah, happy October, mid-October. When was the last time we talked to you guys? Right before the hurricane was the last live stream.
Right.
I guess we've been kind of in a hiatus in a sense. We've had a lot of things pop up recently for us. It's just been really time consuming that we've just had to attend to, and certain things me and Steph have been working on ourselves. So we really haven't been able to have the time to be here, unfortunately. But since we got all that completed, all that done, we have just a few weeks left of HHN, which is a sad note, but we're going to be going as much as we can. We're going to be doing as many live streams as we can possible just before the end of this HHN season.
And videos.
And the videos and all that. But I hope you guys are having a good Friday. We're glad we finally came back on. We do apologize. We've been gone. We took a week off. We actually had Stephanie's parents in town. So we wanted to try to stay off of YouTube and social media as much as possible and just get the time to hang out with them, which was a ton of fun. It's always great having them down. So we enjoyed that time then. And then, of course, the week before that, we had the hurricane come through, so it changed a lot of plans. Then the week before that, we actually had some work we were doing. That's when we did the food video. We had Sir Henry's and all that stuff we've been filming in the parks. And then the week before that, and I'm going way back in time here, but the week before that, we were out of town for a wedding. So in the past month, 4 weeks, really, we've only had one solid week where we've been able to go to the event. Just because we've just been so busy with other things. But we're here now. I hope you guys are doing well. What do you guys think about that intro? I need to know what all of you guys think about the intro. it's one of those things where it's like I have an idea, should take me, like an hour or two. I wake up first thing, that's what I start working on, and it's literally what I finished about an hour ago. So I hope you guys enjoyed it because that took me all day, of course. But I think it's really cool. I wish we had that intro like the whole season, to be honest. So we'll probably convert that into next year, of course, and we'll keep doing that. Maybe add that. I saw Mary Vav, who's also a member of the channel. She said that we should go ahead and do like Where's Waldo, but with Lil Boo and move around. I kind of like that idea. It does mean I have to go back and kind of redo the intro, which was a lot of work.
You just move them and then you'd have to export it though, which takes a little while.
There's a lot more to it. But I do like that idea, Mary, and I think we might end up doing that. So we might move Lil Boo around the screen for every live stream intro. What do you guys think? If you guys like that, let us know. So another thing too, just a note before we really kick it off, the way we're doing this live stream, I went ahead and adjusted some settings. I don't know if it's still stuttering on your end. I changed a couple things, but what it's going to do is the comments you guys send to us is going to be a little bit delayed when it gets to us. So we might have a kind of a lag in time before we actually get to the comments. But we're going to talk with all of you guys, get over some things that we want to talk about, whether it's like, some updates we've got from HHN for October. We're going to look at the houses. We're going to talk about them, kind of see, where our ranking is for what we think about, some other messages in there. Then we're going to talk about scare zones. We did the Behind the Screams tour recently, this past Sunday with Stephanie's parents, which was a bunch of fun. We'll talk about that as well. And just go free from there. We don't know. I will say, once we do wrap up this live stream, we're actually headed straight to the park. We're going to go to HHN tonight to have some fun. We realize we really haven't gone to the event much to just enjoy it. We've gone a lot to film and everything, but recently, what was it, last night? Yeah, we went to HHN last night, and it was like one of the first few times we did not bring the camera. We just went around. It was so nice. So
after 7 p.m. anymore?
Yeah.
The park is so dark this year. Like, all the scare zones are so dark. I feel like last year, I'm trying to remember all of the scare zones from last year, but I feel like at least Eddie's scare zone was like lit up. And
Seek and Destroy wasn't too bad either.
Seek and Destroy was all lit up. Sweet Revenge is pretty lit this year. It's lit.
It's pretty lit.
It's not super dark, or at least like certain areas of it aren't super dark, like right in front of the tribute store. But Graveyard is like so dark in there.
Graveyard's pitch black. Scarecrow at night, pitch black. Even Conjure the Dark, pretty pitch black. It's got that lighting that does do well.
So
Horrors of Halloween's also.
So if we arrive anytime after 7, there's no point in bringing the cameras because you can't see anything.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Really, really hard. So just want to hope that you guys are doing great today. We noticed that, I want to put this out there before we really kick it off too. The channel hasn't really been performing too well. It's another reason why we kind of backed off a little bit with the videos, just because it takes us a long time to make these videos. You can ask any content creator who really, puts effort into their stuff. It takes a while. And for some reason, always in September and October, when it's the peak of HHN, our videos crash, which is, it's fine. We really don't care so much about the views in a sense. It does help, obviously, but we just want to create the best content we can for you guys to enjoy. So the viewers and YouTube's been very finicky. It's been very weird. It hasn't been pushing our stuff out. We've gotten messages from some people asking, about our channel, saying that they can't even find it on YouTube. And we've had some issues with that. And it's been a whole hectic thing. We know a lot of other creators that we've talked to, they've been going through the same issues. So that's another reason why we've kind of been pulling back, because we've also kind of taken a look at the channel as an overall thing and kind of what we want to go forth with and what type of videos we want to do and what type of style and stuff. And I personally really love complex videos. I love things that take so long to create. And I know it sucks when, being on a platform like YouTube, where YouTube's like, oh, it's fine if you take a week, but secretly they want you pumping out video every 10 seconds. It seems like, especially shorts now, they've been going with. But we've been looking at a couple things and stuff. And I know our channel members who are currently here right now, I do want to say we are going to be talking with you guys and discussing more things soon. That we're going to be directly chatting with you guys and trying to figure some things out. But we are working on some big projects. We have a big project coming up very soon. Tomorrow, we actually have to go to a physical location somewhere outside of Orlando to discuss certain things with certain people to do for a video for this year's Horror Nights. Hopefully
so vague.
that works out. What?
You're always so vague.
I don't want to give too much detail out there, but our members will know about that before anybody, and we're going to talk to them soon about it. But so YouTube's been a pain in the butt, but we're looking at doing some things. We might also even explore outside of HHN in the off season and try to do some very creative and fun videos. Maybe even some horror related, possibly. Maybe even some Halloween related, like Halloween Horror Nights related, but also like Christmas related and the parks and stuff like that. So we're looking at a couple things we're going to be doing in the off season. So I just want to put that out there. But anyways, obviously I have to bring attention to this gentleman here. Great, like always, enjoy a personal night from Jim Daniels. Jim Daniels, thank you so much for the $50 donations. It's just dropping bombs left and right. Jim's been the sole man pumping this channel to continuously keep going. We truly appreciate all of our members. Jim Daniels, a huge special thank you to you for just supporting us and keeping us going. It has helped to be able to continuously. I wish I could show you all the equipment. There's certain equipment we have that we're not allowed to show you guys just yet. We're working on that stuff.
What are you talking about?
The stuff over there behind the boxes. So once we get some things finalized and stuff, we'll be able to show you guys what we're working on. But huge thank you to Jim Daniels and welcome to the live stream. Always great having you on board, as well as everybody else. Another thing I want to put out there too is we're going to do a little giveaway. We're doing 2 giveaways. So I know we don't have a lot of people here in the live stream, which is totally fine. The less people we have, the actual better chance for you guys to win this giveaway. We're going to get into that here in a minute. We have one item. It's nothing crazy, guys. It's a little something that we picked up the other night at HHN. We just wanted to give to somebody and just say thank you to you guys. We want to do more giveaways as a thank you. But we have one item that we do want to do as a giveaway tonight, live here in the live stream, that we're going to be able to give to one of you guys. And then we're going to discuss our second giveaway that will be announced next week during our next live stream that we have. But that is for our channel members only. So one of our channel members will get this giveaway that we're doing. And like I said, we'll discuss that in just a minute. But moving forward, hope you guys are good. I want to take some time to see who's all here in the chat. As of course, we got, Mary Vav, Jim Daniels, The Rogue Attraction, Ashton, Michelle Klinger.
What was that?
Kling? Michelle, how do you say your last name? Is it Klinger or Klinger? Or Klinger?
Klinger.
Klinger? Am I just overthinking this? How many people have I screwed up with their last name?
I think you're just overthinking it.
I always overthink it. Alan Orr, Tom and Nikki, Team Randall. I do want to give a shout out to these folks. Team Randall. I'm going to click on you guys right here. That sounds cool. Yeah, that's your name. These guys came from the UK, but the hurricane came through and it ruined a lot of people's plans. And it really sucks because there's a lot of people we're looking forward to come and, of course, enjoy the event.
Yeah.
But these people somehow, I don't know how they did it, but was able to finalize getting a day at least at HHN. We're upset we didn't get to see you guys. We were so busy, and I knew you guys were busy doing everything. We would have loved to see you guys. But shout out to these guys from the UK. They're right now currently back there, no sleep, and they're up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. just watching this live stream. So huge shout out to you guys, and thank you for the support and for being channel members, supporting us this entire time. So we truly appreciate it. So, and here you go. Keep it growing. Look forward to bigger and better. Jim Daniels with another 50. We're starting pretty early here, my man. We're going to have to cut you off already. But Jim Daniels, a huge thank you for the $50 donation. $50 donation. Jeez. My guys, just you're too kind to us.
You're cut off.
Yeah, too kind. We appreciate it. But we do have bigger and better things coming along for us. And we're excited to show you guys. So, also, Michelle said.
I think she said, wait, So I think it's
Klinger. Yeah, Klinger. Yeah. Okay. I'm bad. I'm terrible at this stuff. So, but let's go ahead and talk about one of the topics we have for tonight that we plan on discussing, and that is the houses. Let's talk about how are the houses for this year so far. How's the event overall? I'm gonna let Stephanie go first because I feel like I'm just too harsh on my criticism for things. So I'm gonna let Stephanie go with a positive note to start off, I'm assuming, hopefully. if you have something positive to say.
Just overall the houses, or like
Yeah,
our
at the
favorite
event, like
ones?
the event and stuff. What do you think?
Um,
The way it's running so far.
I feel like this year the like standout thing at the event is the scare zones. I feel like the houses are like good, but we were just talking about this last night. There's no houses that are like first season of Stranger Things level, Ghostbusters, Poltergeist. Like there's no houses this year that are really like that level. Even like Hill House,
Mm-hmm.
like Legends is really good, and the like size of it is really good, and like the scare actors are amazing in that house. But I feel like that's the only house that's at that level, and the rest of the houses are kind of like in the middle. Like in past years, they would have all been pretty much like middle of the line houses or like at the bottom. I don't feel like any of the houses this year would beat like the top houses of the last like 5 years or so.
No,
You know what I mean?
I agree. I would say, like, real quick, our top house so far, and we'll do a video on this, maybe even a live stream at the end of the whole run where we talk about, our house ranking list for the year and the scare zones and all that. But right now, currently, Universal Monsters Legends Collide, that is our number one house. It is beautiful. It's a long house, but it's also very aggressive, and the scare actors play their role perfectly. It seems like they got it. They got it figured out. It seems like, especially at this point in the run, I hope they do, and it seems like they do. So they got it pretty figured out. And then you got Dead Man's, which is a very close second for us. It just feels like recently, a couple times that we've gone through, it's kind of been empty. We've been missing a couple of boo holes in there, and we know we're not going through cast change. We just know, certain things have been going on for some reason. The whole event's been having casting issues. It seems like, from what we've heard from people on the inside. But Dead Man's is a completely different vibe than classic monsters, and I think that's really important with Horror Nights, and it's the reason why these are some of the most loved houses this year, is because they give you those differences, but they're at top quality. The other houses seem very subpar to me. Descendants is really good. I enjoy going through Descendants. Bugs is kind of average, and Bugs is not too bad. Blumhouse surprised me. We actually went through Blumhouse not too long ago, finally, for the second time ever, right?
Yeah.
And that one actually surprised me. We actually got to go through the house with Lost TV and Zombie Chris, which was really fun. So we got to go through there. And I would say that house is, pretty average, I would say, too. Spirits and Hellblock are I feel like Hellblock, I've gone to like Hellblock a little bit more as I've gone through.
Yeah.
Fiesta, I've lost my interest in Fiesta over time. And then Halloween has just been solid still. So it's one of those where there's nothing that's really drawing me to the event like Legends.
There's no houses that every single time we go, we're like, we have to do that one. Like last year, every single night that we went, we did Wicked Grove.
Wicked, Icons, and Hill House to us were like, we had to do. Even Case Files. Case Files was one we always did every single night, it seemed like. Yeah. So there was a solid 4 houses last year that we were like, we're going to do it. And then last year we had Scary Ohio, which was like a good sub house for us to go through. And
I didn't like Scary.
There was one more in the back. Puppet Theater. And Puppet Theater was also really like solid. So like we had like really good houses and decent ones. And then you had, down at the bottom.
Yeah.
But it seems like this year there's really not that grab, it feels like something they can't just ride along. Like I said, Legends obviously is that number one for us, and Dead Man's. Those are obviously the ones that seems like they really put into it. But
and when we did the behind the scenes tour, they mentioned that those 2 houses were the only 2 houses this year that they used this new like VR technology, where the creators got to like put on a VR headset and basically walk through the house before they had even started building anything. Yeah. So I think that's why we're seeing in those 2 houses the like scale of them, and like in Dead Man's, how you can see the lighthouse from like
you can see different pieces of the house in different rooms consistently. So it gives you more of that that atmosphere that you're supposed to be involved in.
And same with Legends, like you can see the like projection of Dracula coming down. You can see that in a few different rooms, and there's just different levels, and I think it's because of that, like the VR stuff, because they can like try out different things and actually like physically see how it looks before they start building it. So I think maybe like in the next few years, if they start using that for all the houses, we'll get a lot like bigger scale houses and ones that use a lot of different things that they maybe couldn't test out if they just like tried it. Like they can like see it before actually doing it. You're good. So I am excited for that.
I agree with what Steph was saying is, and we're going to get into more of the behind the screens stuff here in a second. But one of the big things was they used this new technology in constructing their house, which was really cool for those two houses only. And you can see how it really changed the structure of haunted houses at HHN. So hopefully they can do that more going forward.
Yeah,
because it's been really good. Speaking of behind the screens tours, we did get somebody to comment here. Javier said, in behind the scenes tour, do they have a butterfly in every house like they did last year for HHN 30? No, they don't.
It's a spider.
Yeah, it's a spider.
Sammy
it's
said
just
that.
A spider. Oh, somebody already said it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a little like Halloween spider. It's like almost like a little tarantula, but it's like different colors depending on what house you're in.
Yeah, so they
also
got a little spider in each one this year.
And they also told us, we're probably getting ahead of ourselves, but they also told us that the like code names for this year for all the houses were all forgot the music. We're all bathroom themed.
Yeah, bathroom related stuff,
which is interesting.
Yeah, they used something for the bathroom just to throw people off, like us.
Yeah,
throw us off.
Yeah, but I know someone asked if our like list had changed by now since like the first weekend, and I definitely think so 100%. Because we started out with Dead Man's at the very top. Like we went through that and we were like, that's number one, that's probably going to stay number one. We were a little disappointed the first weekend with Legends just because we only saw Dracula 1 or 2 times in there when we went through, and we were like,
it was really
why is he even in there? Like,
yeah. There's a couple things I have to knock on Legends still, but
so then which they told us in the behind the screens tour, they actually got a lot of feedback from guests saying like, I didn't even see Dracula in the house. Like, why wasn't he in there? So then they added a few different spots with him, which I feel like has made the house better because it's not just the same thing. Like you get different characters.
Yeah.
And so that has definitely changed a little bit. I think Legends is our number 1 now. I would say Dead Man's, I know for you, is number 2. I honestly would say it might be a little bit lower for me. I just like, we talked about this before. I'm not a huge fan of like the nautical theme to begin with. And it's a very pretty house, but the last few times we've gone through it, there's been a lot of holes, and it's hard for I can imagine it's hard for the scare actors when like their trigger isn't aggressive.
Yeah.
It's just like a drone, not a drone, but you know what I mean? Like a boom or something like that. Like, how are you supposed to be aggressive when like that's your trigger? And also the like vibe of the house is not supposed to be like super like energetic and aggressive.
But that's why I was saying it's a good piece when you combine it with Legends Collide. Like you get something very high, energetic, and aggressive like Legends that is also beautiful, and then you do something like Dead Man's, which is like slow and like depressing and all, but it's very beautiful. And you get those two houses. They need to do houses at that scale all around the event.
See, I like
that's what I feel.
I like the scale of Dead Man's, but the last few times we've gone through it, I've just been bored. So I think it's a little bit lower for me. I really like Halloween. Honestly, I would put that above, I don't know. I might put that above Dead Man's just because the actors, I'm all about like high energy and like intensity through the houses. So the scare actors in Halloween have consistently been very energetic and aggressive as well. So I like that.
Yeah. I would say,
and Descendants has gone up for us.
I would say like top 3 for me is definitely Legends, Dead Man's, and Halloween, and then Descendants is probably very close in number 4, right there. Like if I had to sit here and think, hey, what's your top 4 houses? For some reason, if somebody said 4, I'd easily be able to say Legends, Dead Man's, Halloween, and Descendants. Those are probably the top 4 houses of this year. And then I would probably, this is going to surprise a couple people. I might even have Blumhouse fighting over the weekend for number 5.
Really?
Surprisingly, because
I think we have to go
Blumhouse.
through it again too. The last time we went through it, it was the very first house that we did, so we couldn't see anything, and it was really scary.
Blumhouse was.
Yeah.
I will say, because the energy that we got from the scare actors in Blumhouse really surprised me. And every time we go through the weekend, not bashing anybody in the weekend, but every time we go through the weekend, we've always we're not seeing any scare actors. There's a lot of holes missing in the weekend every single time we go through. It's not like there's, there's like 1 or 2 times that we've gone through the weekend, we have like, 1 or 2 holes, but it's every single time we've gone through that house, there has been a consistent 3 to 4 holes or so that we just don't see anybody in.
They need the last room. No, it's not the last room. It's the room with the like train and the like frog stilt walker. They need to just like put a platform there and just have a regular like person, like not a stilt walker, because every time we go in there, there's no stilt walker. And even if there is, they come out like every like minute. Like they only come out like once a minute, and they just walk back and forth.
A lot of people
and
are
then
missing.
Go back. So we've seen him literally maybe 1 or 2 times of the like probably 8 times we've been through that house.
Yeah. So I would probably fight to say that Blumhouse is ahead of Weekend, just because Blumhouse was also given a closet to work with in spacing, and surprisingly, like, it's done well. I think the scare actors have been very aggressive with it. Constantly seen. We've only been through that house twice, but that last time we went through, it was filled, it was packed, it was full of energy. There's a couple times they got me. So I'm always going to give credit to people who are able to get to me. But I would say I would have Blumhouse over the Weekend. Just sometimes, like, we go through the weekend and just the energy is just not there. The music is, but we're not feeling that same presence. It's missing a lot of scare actors, which is unfortunate.
Which is also interesting, because after the first weekend, we were like, that's like top 3 for us.
Yeah, Weekend surprised us, and then it's gone down.
Kind of like gone down. Same with Chupacabra.
I was about to say, I feel like Weekend and Chupacabra started really strong at the beginning of the event for us, and then they just kind of faded down. Same with Dead Man's. Dead Man's was like our number 1 to start off with, and then every time we've gone through Dead Man's, it's kind of slowly just, our interest in it has slowly just faded. It's still beautiful. And then I want to bring up the one thing from the Behind the Screams tour with Blumhouse that really freaking surprised us. So, they start creating these houses way in advance. Like, for instance, they did say that Descendants of Destruction, like those tent houses back there, Buckhouse and all, they started working on in February. And I think Descendants was completed by March. So that means the house was just done sitting there. They're like, oh, we're done. Move on to the next one. So they get through these houses pretty quick, and there's a lot of detail in it. However, Blumhouse, they said that in the creation of Blumhouse, they were not allowed to see the movie like an advanced screening when they were creating it. So they built the house without knowing the movie, like without seeing the movie, except for the trailers. They built the house based off the trailers. And I can't remember who was given.
Charles.
Was it Charles?
I think Charles was allowed to read the script.
Yeah, like the screen script for it. So that was very interesting to us. We're like, then why was this thing? First of all, why didn't Blumhouse give Universal the ability to watch the movie to create the house?
Or
fully?
at least some like still shots.
Yeah, that was really interesting. So they only got to do it based off of the trailer, which that blows our mind, because what we were told is when they built the house, then they watched the movie, they're like, oh, we have to go back and do this. Or like, oh, who is this person? They had to add that. So they were adding a lot of that to the black phone.
They didn't know what the brother
real quick, this is to the black phone, by the way, not Freaky. Just the black phone portion.
The black phone. But they didn't even know what the brother looked like, because he wasn't in the trailers or anything. Yeah. So they knew the script, so they knew that like he was in it and his part in it, but they didn't know what he looked like until they watched the movie, which literally came out like a month and a half before HHN started.
Yeah, like not too far. So
It's
that was interesting. But yeah, behind the stream tour was awesome. We loved it. It gave us some information we didn't know about the houses and things we can actually see. Like I think when we did the behind the streams part 4, because we did the 6 house tour, which we got to see Legends Collide, we got to see Descendants, we got to see Bug House, Blumhouse, Dead Man's, and Hellblock. And the one when we did Hellblock, it really surprised me. The detail that's in that house that they were managed to be able to put in real quick, because obviously we knew it was supposed to be something else. But getting to go through that made me kind of like see Hellblock from a different perspective. And then we went last night into Hellblock. I was like, I kind of enjoyed it. You know, it was a good run through. The scare actors in Hellblock, they've been giving more energy. I've been seeing them scare a couple people here and there. So you know what? I got to give props to Hellblock. Surprised me over the run.
They've gotten better.
They have, yeah. Now, Spirits, on the other hand,
It's still kind of on the bottom.
we haven't gone through Spirits in a while.
It has been.
Maybe tonight we'll go through Spirits when we get there to check it out. But we haven't gone through Spirits in a while, so I don't want to really say too much about Spirits yet, because I feel like we need to go through it more and stuff. But I noticed when we went through Hellblock, and this is something that I preached in one of our last live streams, is when you go through these houses, like, applaud scare actors. It's not their fault.
Or like you can even like, if you see a scare coming, just like woo. Like,
yeah, just kinda, we sometimes like I'll have a scare actor come out and stuff, and I'll like do that and everything, whether it gets me or not.
Instead of
it's just to give them the morale boost.
The most like disheartening thing as a scare actor is when you come out and you have a lot of energy, and everybody in the line is just like this.
Yeah.
And then keeps walking. You're like. Awesome.
Yeah, so we, anytime if any of you guys, continuously go to HHN, when you go through Hellblock and Spirits, give them a boost, a boost of morale. It helps. Yeah. I promise you guys.
And I do think like Spirits is a very like pretty house. Like
it is.
the all the detail in it and the decor and everything is really pretty. It just, I don't know. There's just something about it that makes it like.
I think it's the layout. I really think there's a layout, because there's that transition piece in the middle that just seems like you go through like 2 or 3 hallways with nothing. Which, like Steph said, it is beautiful, but I just feel like there's something in the storyline that's missing to really grab its attention.
And there's not really like dialogue, and I think that's one thing that might be a little lacking.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? Because you don't really know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Hellblock for a second. Javier, I think that's how you pronounce that. Said it's cool seeing the alien language. Yeah, that was one thing. If you guys have the chance to ever do a behind the screams tour, definitely do it, because
this live stream is basically promoting behind the screams tour. Like next year, if you're going to HHN, do your best to book a behind the screams tour. It's really awesome.
Because we like didn't even really like, you see the things on the wall, but you don't even really notice like what it is or anything. It just looks like symbols. But they told us about how like each of those different types of symbols is a language, and whatever language it is like the monster that's in that like cell block.
Yeah.
But
like even their language, like they wrote down an actual language for these types of creatures. Like they have one that's like vampire related. They have one that's like the infected, which is like your zombies. They have one for beasts, so like your creatures and stuff like that. They also have one for aliens and stuff, so like invasion and all that stuff.
Vampires.
But there's one more I'm missing. There's 5.
There was one that was like, it didn't make sense to me, and it was like a word I had never heard before, so I'm not gonna remember it.
There's 5 of them. I can't remember what the 5th one is, but they actually have the actual language for these creatures, and as we were going through, they were saying how like the guards have certain things they can say to these, but not too much, and all. There's a whole storyline behind it, which made us appreciate that house a little bit more. And to me, it felt like that was like the legendary truth, like type of related house, where it's like this is actual like languages based on these creatures, which relates to like HHN lore, which is related to like legendary truth and all that. So there's a whole storyline to it. I think that they could really explore more and go beyond. So that was something we really appreciated from the house and the behind the scream store that we liked.
Yeah.
So
and then he also asked, is behind the screams always in the morning or late afternoon? Yeah, I think so. I think we had the latest time and it was like 10:30 or 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
That's the latest one because it goes up until you're in the houses, like up until like technically it's supposed to be 3 o'clock. Our tour guide,
We didn't get done until like 4:30.
he just gave us so much detail. We spent
It was
so
awesome.
long in the houses that we didn't get done until like 4:30. They were literally testing like the house lights and the audio and stuff because characters were already like coming in basically. So that's why they do it in the morning. They might have later times for the 3-house tour.
Possibly.
I don't know.
We've
We've never done the 3-house tour, so we're not sure about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not too late in the event to do it. We did it last year for the first time on October 29th, which was like a few days before the end of the event. So
I don't know about booking it.
Yeah, it might be sold out.
It depends if they haven't sold out because usually those go pretty quick, just like the RP tours.
But they do it up until the last day of the event.
Yeah, so I would check on it to see if you got a chance to get one. If you're going to HHN and you have the freedom to do one, do it. It's so worth it.
And then a few people were talking about spirits and how it felt kind of like you were in this like really cool like 20s theme and then you just go into like a dungeon. I feel like I can't even remember thinking back to like the house layout. I can't even remember at what point you're like all of a sudden in the like dungeon area. But I think it would have been cool if they could do some sort of effect where like it's like you're being brought into this area and it's completely different. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Like there's like some sort of like thing that you cross over into.
The one thing that pops in my mind with what I think they could have done with spirits is, like for instance, the storyline of spirits and the execution of it is perfect. It really is. You go through this speakeasy, but you end up getting lured into, this underground area where these witches are and all this kind of stuff, right? The storyline is there. The one thing I think that could be really cool that you were saying that pops in my mind is icons. Do you guys remember the facade for icons last year? It's like you need to be in the speakeasy and you kind of need to go in the tunnels and the shafts and the mines, and then you need to come out instead of being just in hallway for the rest of the house. You need to have another facade kind of thing or another large opening. They're in a soundstage. They could have done this and have a large opening where you have multiple witches, like these old witches, like doing this chant, and you're walking up into like their lair now. Mm-hmm. And then the next few rooms are
almost
it's
like
that huge theme.
Almost like a second facade.
Yeah, like a second facade. Basically, to me, it's kind of like I said, have the icons facade midway in that house. Yeah. And it's like you're going through there like this portal thing. I think that would have been really cool. It could have, obviously, I'm not going to spend too much time in the detail because you got to cover everything. But I think that would have been one way to do it where people are like, oh, now we're in this.
This is a different place. Not just like, wait, when did this house change?
Yeah.
But, Javier also asked if you're allowed to take pictures in like all of the houses or what. They'll tell you where you can and can't take pictures. Almost every house has at least one room that you're not allowed to take pictures in. And then some of them are even really weird if it's an IP. Like in Hill House last year, there were only a handful of rooms that we were allowed to take pictures in, right?
Yep.
I feel like 3. There was like 2 or 3, and they were like absolutely no pictures of the red door. Like they were very adamant about that. And then same with Blumhouse or Black Phone this year. I feel like Freaky, there was like maybe 2 or 3 rooms that we were allowed to take pictures in. And then in the Black Phone, there were a few rooms, but they were very specific about the room where he's sitting at the chair. And it's like the mannequin with the
Steph posted it on our Instagram. Yeah. You can actually see that photo there.
That one, they were very specific about like you can take pictures of him, but you can't take pictures of the room.
You can only take a picture of him, period. Yeah. So get in his face and that's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah. But did want to bring this up. Chris does things. Just a quick hello. We are vlogging at Six Flags Fright Fest right now, but couldn't pass up the chance to say what's up to my fave HHN channel. Chris does things. We truly appreciate the kind words. Hopefully this Fright Fest thing you're doing is fun. Six Flags. Unfortunately, we don't have a Six Flags around us. But we've heard some good things about Fright Fest. So hopefully you're having a good time and enjoying your vlogging, doing some vlogging out there. That's awesome. Also, Crappy Tappy. Hey, guy. Hey, guy. Hey, guys. Is there a tipping etiquette for Behind the Screams or RP Tour? It's not expected. It's not required. But
we recommend it.
We recommend doing it. I mean, yes. I mean, you should.
That's how those guides make a large
that's where they're
amount of their money, and
it's good etiquette.
Yeah. And they're putting a lot of work into these tours, even outside of like the tour itself. Our tour guide was telling us that like a few days before the event, he was like taking a notebook into the houses and like writing down notes and like doing research on all the houses and everything. And they do all of that like on their own time. Yeah. So
what would be really cool.
We recommend it.
I mean, yeah, if you get the chance, please do so. They truly greatly appreciate it, of course, and they work really hard, and they're incredible at what they do. So yes, what would be really cool is the fact, just like Stephanie was saying, they work really hard to know the information and be able to guide people for hours and tell them everything they can about HHN, whether you're a veteran like us or if you're a newbie. You know, they always they find a way to create that experience to adjust to any person at any level with HHN, which is incredible. I think what'd be really cool is if they get a whole bunch of the RIP tour guides or the people who do Behind the Screams tour to do their own live stream. Can you imagine all the information you guys can find out from them? Oh
wow, yeah.
That would be something I'm putting out there.
And they'll have different information based on like what tour guide you get. Like they don't all just say the same thing. Like they pick out things that they find interesting and want to share too.
Yeah, so no two tour guides are alike, you know.
Yeah, I think all the houses, most of the houses have like little Easter eggs in them that if you're just a guest, you won't really be able to like point it out just walking through the house. But if you go on like those tours, the people who make the houses basically just put them in there for themselves to be like, yeah,
like little tidbits,
like like so they know that it's there, but guests can't really see it. And I think one of the coolest ones that we saw this year was in Legends Collide. They have in like the part where it almost looks like an archaeological like dig. Is that what you would call it?
I'm sorry, I'm removing stuff. Hold up.
Oh.
Go ahead. Keep.
Anyway, so there's a section where there's like a table there and there's like different tools and stuff, and they have a cup of coffee, and it's supposed to reference like the Mummy ride and Brendan Fraser's line about like his interview would have been better if he had a cup of coffee. And I thought that was really cool, especially because like for that time period, they probably wouldn't have a mug with coffee in it. So I thought that was funny. And
yeah,
even,
that
like,
wasn't the cup and the way it was all set up is not time period.
And even the notes sitting there had like scribbles on the like book that said like the curse, it's real. Yeah. And like
a lot of nods to certain things that was really cool. That you obviously walk through your house you won't see.
Yeah, that's probably one of the coolest things. Even in Dead Man's Pier, there's a poster in the bar scene, like the very first scene. There's a poster for like the mouth brooders from what was that called?
Depths of Fear.
Depths of Fear. I kept wanting to say Dead Waters. From Depths of Fear, and like there's just like so many Easter eggs. Yeah.
I mean, they even had an actual mouth breeder from Depths of Fear in Hellblock. When you walk in and you go into Hellblock, when you get into that first caged area and stuff right at the beginning, if you look to your left, you can see one of the heads down there that they added. So there's a lot of details to it.
There's so many like things that you would never even see if you were just going through as a guest normally. There was in the train scene in Descendants where you're like in the train. There's like posters on the wall. You know how they have those like ads on the
like up on
like
the top.
The ceiling
above the seating.
Yeah, and there were posters for things that reference like Kong and Revenge of the Mummy and
like Jaws.
Jimmy Fallon. Jaws. Yeah,
there's a couple things that just had thrown in there.
It's just so cool that they like put those things in there. They're like, we have to make this piece of, decor. We have to put it in there, so we might as well make it something that's like funny and that we know is a reference to something.
Yeah, they have a lot of
nobody will ever see it.
Details and references. Like even if you saw it, you probably still wouldn't know what it means unless you do this behind the streams tour.
Yeah.
And they give you that rundown of what this is. I want to bring this up. I know I had this on the screen for a while. Javier, did you guys expect the Pumpkin Lord as the icon this year? I thought it was going to be Nathaniel Crow. To be honest, Pumpkin Lord was one of, I guess, the icons to be that we did speculate for a while.
We kind of wanted Fear, though.
We wanted Fear. I was really pushing for Fear for the longest. I really wanted to see Fear out there. And then somebody brought up the idea of Wicked Grove 2 coming back. And that's when it popped in our heads, like, well, what if Pumpkin Lord became the main icon? Especially if this is when we started running with our speculation of, what if this is like a traditional Halloween year? And we're like, the Pumpkin Lord would be the perfect icon for that, being that Wicked Growth was in that time period and kind of runs around that. So I would say that, we did expect Pumpkin Lord for a while. We were hoping for him to be the icon for a while. And then obviously he is, which I will just say real quick while we're talking about the Pumpkin Lord. I think HHN really just made a terrible choice in their marketing and their PR. I'm sure somebody from HHN is watching this, but if you are, I just want to let you guys know, you guys made a terrible decision with your marketing and stuff. You had the Pumpkin Lord, which you knew was going to be so loved by fans. Why didn't you guys create anything in an announcement for him to be there?
Yeah,
like silent, like, we had Horrors of Halloween. You saw the picture of Pumpkin Lord. It's like, oh, he's going to be there. We know it. That was like, what, 2 weeks before or something like that?
Anytime they've ever had Jack as the icon or Chance, they make like a whole commercial with that character, like announcing the event.
They could have easily done one for Pumpkin Lord. And the reason being why I say that is because recently, not too long ago, their Twitter or something like that was taken over by the Pumpkin Lord. And I'm like...
For like 2 hours.
I'm like, you guys should have done that like the beginning of August, where he took over the HHN Twitter account and did that, where people are like, oh my God, like the Pumpkin Lord is coming back. And that's him announcing him being an icon for this year and doing all that. I don't know. And then, go ahead.
This is a good point. He's not even on like the map or like any of the ads or anything. Now,
granted, he's not supposed to be a huge icon. He's this year's icon. So it's not real. I don't know how far into HHN lore they're going to take him in with the storyline.
Doesn't seem like at all.
Yeah, I just feel like, I hate saying this, but I feel like when you look at the merchandise, the way they were running it, especially with the Lil Boo stuff, it seems like this year they were looking for money. I get it's a business, but it really seems like they were really money hungry this year with the merchandise they were putting out, trying to really get Lil Boo. They realized everybody loved Lil Boo, so what do? Just crap on all Lil Boo merchandise they could. Way too much.
Too much. He was so like beloved and like precious because
it felt special.
It was
to
organic.
The fans, but it felt special to the fans. Like the fans of HHN made Lil Boo special, not HHN, right? That was the fans thing.
And it was cool when HHN would make references to him or something in like their Twitter or whatever. But then when they step in and try to like sell all this merchandise and stuff, that's when it's like, oh, we don't care anymore.
Yeah, they push it to it. Like having one or two items is great. It is, because we would have loved to buy it. I mean, obviously, like, we got them up here. We had to get one of the merchandise stuff.
Yeah.
But they overdid it. To me, that was a big Disney move. Like it seemed like Disney was operating that at the time. So I don't want to get too in depth with the details and all that. All I want to practically say is that overall, this year's HHN is fun. It's great. We've enjoyed it, but I don't feel emotionally attached to it like I thought I was going to be and like I was hoping to be. Now, we still have time for the event, and I'm pretty sure in that last weekend I'm going to get really emotional. But
we always do this about like 2 or 3 weeks from like the end of the event. We're like, okay, we're kind of done, ready for Christmas. And then the last week comes and we have a really good last week, and then we're like, no, we don't want it to go. Always happens that way.
Yeah, I just don't feel that emotional attachment like I thought it would. It doesn't feel like traditional Halloween, like it's kind of being pushed to be.
I think they probably had a hard time with like doing the traditional Halloween thing, but also wanting it to stay scary and not like a kid event.
I think they could have done it. I just think they didn't do it. I think they missed their mark on that. And I mean, even in the houses too, it's like you can see where, like, one thing that gets under my skin is, there are great things at the event, but it seems like in every single aspect of the event, whether it's a show, scare zone, or the houses, or even the food, or the scare extra dining, anything, there's one small negative thing about it that gets under my skin. And that's just the type of person I am. I know a lot of other people can shrug it off, but I'm the type of person where it's like, if I noticed this negative thing, I'm sure somebody else did. I'm not the only person. So from HHN's perspective, it's like I wish somebody would have seen that and be like, hey, this is gonna be a negative to people. We got to make sure this is not. How do we do that? Obviously, they can't please everybody. Yeah. I get that, but it just seems like in every aspect there's something that's just like, it just brings my excitement down a little bit. That's what I would say. Like I said, I don't want to get too far into the details about it.
We're hoping that next year they can get their IP stuff situated further in advance so that we can have some really good IPs that make sense, and we don't have this situation where they pull out at the last second and then we get a house that was thrown together. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. So overall, it's still fun. We enjoy it, but we were talking about Lost TV and Zombie Chris a couple days ago or something, and I think they were explaining it basically the same way we're going to explain it to you, and it seems like we're all on the same page, which is nice. It feels good knowing we're not like alone in this thought. But this year, and I think Lost TV, I'm quoting him with this year makes us realize how much we missed HHN 29 and HHN 28.
Those are good years.
Like, it makes you miss that because the scare zones are great this year. They really are. They're fun. I enjoy the scare zones a lot. Horrors of Halloween, I don't enjoy at all, to be honest. I feel like it just feels too empty because they expanded that scare zone. I feel like they need to add a little bit more. Now, I understand that's where a lot of guests go through, but that bums me out a little bit. But scare zones are very solid this year. Like, Scarecrow is beautiful. It's awesome, and it's scary. Graveyard, beautiful, awesome. Could be scary as well. The thing is, though, the houses don't feel as strong. Last year, it felt like the houses were pretty good. Like, they had some good houses, but the scare zones weren't as strong, right? You would agree?
Yeah.
But in 29, it was like solid across the board. 28 was probably like, it was amazing across the board. The scare zones were great and the houses were fantastic. So it's like those years. And I think one thing that messes it up too is that it being a traditional type of Halloween event, what the hell is with the music at the front of the arches and the atmosphere? Like,
I think
the music, what is going on?
I think that has actually ruined the event for Brian.
A lot, yeah. Now, people know how much I love my
music.
synth, but I was expecting some like creepy Halloween, like traditional music. And instead I'm getting like this, these 90s like garage band type of vibes. Yeah. And I'm like, this doesn't feel that way to me.
I think that for us, we also have been really busy. We've had a lot going on. We also have been trying to get like photos and videos and everything. And we haven't had a ton of nights where we've been able to just go like soak it in. It's also going to get cooler in this next week. So we'll be able to
This coming Wednesday is going to be a cold night at HHN. I'm excited for that.
And I think we'll actually, in these last like 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks, I think we'll grow to like it a lot more. That's my opinion. Yeah,
I do agree with Steph. Usually in the coming end of the event, I put my criticism aside and I just start enjoying it more.
Yeah, and Jim makes a good point. Like, looking back to like 2020 when we didn't have a full event, like I would much rather have this than that HHN light.
Yeah, we suffered in 2020.
That was
heavily.
I struggled. That was a really sad fall season.
Yeah, it was.
It was really bad.
Yeah, Jim Daniels, a look back when we had no HHN, so I choose to forget the mistakes. It is much better than nothing. That is true, but I'm the type of person that if I see it, I'm going to make acknowledgement because I expect better from everybody because I know they can do better because I believe in them. That's why. It's not that I hate them or I like to bash on people. It's because I see the best in people and I know they can do better, so I'm always going to point it out. I do it to Stephanie all the time. Steph will do something absolutely amazing, and I tell her that, but if I see one little thing that I think could be improved, I will tell her, whether she wants to hear that or not.
And if anybody knows what the Enneagram is, I'm a type 3 Enneagram, so I love praise. And Brian rarely gives that out. So it's a great dynamic.
Yeah. But Jim Daniels with the $20. I thought we said we capped you off there. But again, appreciate it. The $20, truly appreciate that. But yeah, I agree. It is better than nothing, obviously. But I do feel like we still need to have expectations and still hold people to do better and strive for better, because if we continue to do that, then we're always going to get better.
Yes.
That's today's motivation.
I also wanted to bring up, I'm kind of like sidebar chatting with Elizabeth, because she said she just finished seeing Halloween Ends. And I asked her how she liked it. She said it wasn't great, but she had to see it through. But she also said that there are some good kills. So I'm excited for that. I love a good kill. And she's happy with the ending. So not weird. Other people like that.
Y'all are weird too. Like I said, constructive.
It's what can the imagination come up with?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Also, Diana Mickelson said right here, criticism is constructive. Hopefully someone is listening. I agree. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
No matter, like, there is a way to present that criticism. Sometimes I do it terribly and I seem a little too harsh, but it's because I'm passionate about what I'm saying, because I want that person to do better. That's it. I want everybody to be the best they can be, period. So, but yes, Diana. And Jared, yes, don't criticize stuff, because she will murder you. So, but speaking of like Halloween Ends, we were going to go today to see it with the Blumfest that they had, but we had so much work to do and we already have tickets for it this Sunday. So tonight we're going to wrap up the are you blocking that?
Yes.
Hide viewer from site?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, geez, we get these ads. YouTube is promoting this stuff and it pisses me off. Anyways, this weekend, after this, we're actually going to go straight to Horror Nights. We're going to run around and have fun. I don't know how late we're going to be there. So if you guys are there, try to see if you can spot us and say hi. Then tomorrow, like I said, we have a meeting that we have to go out and try to conduct and see if we can make this project we're working on work. And then we're going to go see the Pumpkin Man film, which we're super excited. Ryan Scared. I keep saying Ryan Scares.
Why?
I don't know why. Ryan Sheets produced this movie with his group and stuff, and it is fantastic for what I'm hearing, and I'm really excited. I wonder, I don't do good with horror movies, so I'm a little nervous too, because I'm like, all right, we'll see how this turns out to be, but we're excited because we get to go see that tomorrow. That is really cool, really neat stuff. And then Sunday, we get to go see Halloween Ends, and then we'll go to HHN, probably to do a video as well. So, and Javier said, are you guys going Wednesday? We will be at HHN next week, Wednesday. We will do our best to get there no matter what time, whether it's for an hour in the beginning or at the end, but it's going to be a cold night. We want to witness what fall is like at HHN. Rarely get that.
So excited.
So, but we got a couple people that hung out with us here at the end. We appreciate you guys for making it all this way.
Also,
because
watch us get to Tuesday. And
never mind, guys. We're not doing
also, watch us get to Tuesday, and then the forecast will change, and it'll be 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's true. But as we're coming to the end of the stream here, we got a giveaway we're doing, guys. A little surprise giveaway for you guys in the chat right now. Now, starting at this moment, just comment something, whether it's your favorite house, favorite scare zone, favorite food, whatever from this year's event. Just start commenting it, because we really did not discuss on how we're going to conduct this. I think what I'm really going to do is, on the screen here, I got all the names of people commenting. I'm literally just going to scroll randomly, and I'm going to stop, and whoever's name I'm on is the person that's going to win the giveaway.
Only comment once.
Yeah, try to comment once. Don't spam it. If I see you guys spamming the comment, I will disqualify you, and I won't care.
See, that's what you should have said. Just have them comment giveaway.
Okay, no, comment Hondo. Everybody comment Hondo. And you can only comment once. If I see you comment Hondo twice, I'm scratching your name from the list. And everybody's commenting right now, the houses and stuff. I know, I'm sorry. Everybody just comment Hondo, and I'll go through with Hondo. So
Sammy said I need pizza fries. Okay.
Do you want to show them what they're going to...
Oh, yeah. I was going to say I have a bone to pick with Louise, because...
Go ahead. I'll let you pick your bone.
They gave us... I ordered pizza fries the other night, And they gave me the regular pizza fries, but instead of marinara, it was the Thousand Island dressing that they used for the Reuben fries. But there was no like corned beef or anything on top, which I wouldn't want Reuben fries to begin with. I don't like Thousand Island dressing. And they gave me Thousand Island dressing in my pizza fries, and it was gross.
It was weird. That was very weird.
I was really upset.
So, but let's go ahead. Like I say, guys, it's nothing crazy. This is one of the 2 giveaways that we have. The next giveaway that we're going to show you guys is actually going to be for our members only, and we will present that next week during the live stream. Next week. So, if you guys aren't members and you guys want to join that live stream, depending whether you guys see if this is worth it or not, check it out. But we're going to show you guys. Here, Steph, you're going to hold it because I got to control the camera.
Oh.
It's nothing crazy.
But it's kind of cool because it's a limited release.
Yeah, so bring it closer a little bit. It's a little dark. I think we might need some lighting. Hold up, guys. Bring it centered more. We're working on this. There you go. So just hold it right there. Don't move. So it's a limited release magnet of this year's Halloween Horror Nights 31. This is one of the little skeleton guys over that we have in one of the shirts and stuff. We were walking through last night. We decided at the last second to do a little giveaway, so we wanted to grab something real quick for you guys. So that's what we got. One lucky winner is going to win that, and the way we're going to go ahead and draw it. I'm going to fix this. Oh no. This is all live. Once Stephanie says I'm going to go sit down, we'll see. Okay. There you go. All right. So it's a live stream, so obviously none of this is planned. We're just doing this like that. But the way we're doing is we're going to randomly find one person. I'm going to scroll through all the people who just said Hondo. We're going to go through, make sure there's no doubles. If there's a double, I'm sorry, you're disqualified. Ask me if I care. But the winner, we're going to go ahead and obviously we'll announce it, and then that person will ask you guys to reach out to us on Instagram, or even at the end of this live stream, comment down or whatever, and we'll get the details so we can be able to send this off to you anyways. But limited release Halloween Horror Nights 2022 magnet. It's pretty cool. I like it. Neat stuff. I'm actually kind of want to keep it myself. But that is for that one. Let's go ahead and see who's going to win. I'm going to randomly scroll. I got to look at the names first.
And then remember that we're going to do that giveaway with just our members as well. And that one will be something that
we'll show them
you can't. Oh, we're going to show
Yeah,
it.
we're going to pick the winner first, and then we're going to get to that. Like I said, today's thing, we're not really like organized.
It's okay.
We're loving it. All right. So I got the list of names. I'm just scrolling, guys. And to show you I'm not like picking anyone. You know, you can see I'm scrolling.
No.
Look, my hand's going back and forth. It's literally scrolling. I'm
Just
looking
stop
for
it,
it.
and then I'll do the one that is closest that says Hondo.
No, just look at me. And you just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
There it is.
Nice.
I'm going to put the person who just won on the screen in 35 seconds.
35 seconds. $33, $34, $35.
Oh, that was the quickest 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Ashton Bond with the Hondo.
Do we have duplicates?
I want to make sure there's no duplicates.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's honestly fine. Because we're going to do, like I said, we're actually going to do a lot more for you guys. But Ashton Bond, that's the name that I got written down. So Ashton Bond, there you go. So if you follow us on Instagram, reach out to us and all. And I want to let everybody know, this is one of the giveaways. We have another giveaway we're going to do for our members only next week. But I'm thinking, hey, we might also do another giveaway just for our normal people again. Not during next week's live stream, but the live stream after that.
Yeah.
We'll also do a live stream where we'll do another magnet giveaway of the next week's like limited release one and stuff. Because they have some really cool ones. I think they have one for every week since the start, and it's been very different. So, Ashton, there you go. Congrats. I you know, like I said, I really did not like plan this. I didn't have like.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have planned. I spent too much time on the intro, so I really like. We were just going through, click on one, boom. That's who win it. I was gonna have like music and all this thing. So just imagine a big flame ball with the name popping up. Winner.
Yeah. Do you want to show the other giveaway?
Yeah, let's go into the next one.
Before...
Ashton said, I don't have Instagram. That is okay. Ashton, at the end of this live stream, once it's done and we close it out, go back into the live stream and actually like send a comment and or just comment one of our old videos and we'll get with you on the information and stuff like that.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
So this is going to be for the giveaway for our members.
Members only.
And
Explain it.
this is something that you cannot just buy. So it is very limited. So we have, I don't know, I can't talk into here and show you the thing.
Okay. I hope you guys can hear us, by the way. I know we're like not on screen.
So we have a button and a lanyard, and they are both from the Unmasking the Horror tour. Do you need a light?
Yeah. Guys, look how organized we are. Bring it closer. Like center. Here, give me the light. So this is a Halloween Horror Nights Unmasking the Horror tour. It's a little button that says Unmasking the Horror 31 on it. Pretty neat. Flip. Oh, you want to show the back? I don't know what's on the back. We didn't check.
It just says.
Yeah, I'll hold it because I'm going to show that. Yeah, so it's like, see how the screams are made. Little thing on it. But yeah, little button. Pretty cool. And then the next item is a lanyard that says Unmasking the Horror Tour. It's also a like flip, like little reverse one. Pretty neat. So, there you go. Nice. Yeah, so that's the items that are going to be a part of it. I'm going to fix this while Steph gets set up. Hold up, guys. Oh my gosh, just like ran into something. All right, so I know that took like 10 hours and nobody on the screen, but so we got a Behind the Screams special limited edition button with a Behind the Screams special limited edition lanyard, and there will be one more randomly surprise gift involved in that too that we're going to be getting at the event. We're not going to tell you guys what it is. We're just going to go get it and you're going to deal with it. But that is going to be for our members only. So if you guys are a member, obviously you don't have to do anything. We have your names, we have your address, we have your birth certificate, we got everything, social security number, name it. We have all the information that we need
We're
from
gonna
you guys.
go from like however many members we have to 0 after you just said that.
All the members left.
They're
Well,
like, all right, no, bye.
that's fine. If you don't want to be a member, don't. If you want to cancel, cancel, because then we get to keep it. But yeah, so all of our members, you guys are already going to be in this contest. You don't have to do anything special. We're going to be going through it randomly. We're going to have one. We're going to actually have them picked out before the live stream.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to be a part of this giveaway, or if you guys want to help support us, or whatever you guys want to do, if you want to become a member, obviously go through it. I think it's only $5 a month. I'm not trying to be a salesperson like here. I hate doing that, but that is going to be for our members only. And if you guys join now, or at least before we do the drawing, which I think will be Monday, Steph and I will have the member already picked out because I want to do a little video for that live stream to the fireball with the name and all that stuff. We'll do a couple like fun little things in that live stream just to show which member won the giveaway gift. So you guys have a time. If you're not a member, you guys can go ahead and join to get involved in the mix and all that stuff. If you already are, you guys are all good. You're set. We owe you guys so much. So
It looks like they are still also running that promo where it's 20% off your first month of membership for any of the levels for YouTube. We don't know exactly how that works. It says the discount is funded by YouTube, but you get 20% off your first month. So there you go.
Yeah, and if you, I mean, like I said, you guys don't have to do it, obviously, if you don't want to, because I know it costs and stuff, but our members, the ones who, you know, continuously support us the most and allow us to be able to continuously put this up and do this, because this is not cheap. But they're the best. We love them. We love every single one of you guys. So we just want to say thank you. We have something special that we want to give to you guys. It's nothing crazy, but we want to just at least try to give more to you guys. So our members, we have that plus one special item from the event that we're going to go grab sometime this weekend to add in there. So there's going to be more than just that. We'll have one little like random surprise gift for you guys too. So yeah, that's the giveaway. We did one. Ashton, congratulations, Ashton, on winning the magnet. Then we also have the ones for our members. And then I think that later that weekend, we're going to go ahead and get another gift for another random YouTube viewer during one of our live streams. And we're going to do a giveaway then. It should be fun. So,
Cool.
But anyways, you guys are awesome. You guys are incredible. I realize we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes. To everybody who's watched this today, thank you. We truly appreciate it. It's been fun. We're enjoying it.
We love these.
We
love the live
we
streams.
miss the live streams. We miss you guys. I know it's been some time. We've just been so busy. But we finally have just live stream, YouTube, videos, all that stuff. Members, we have some videos we're working on. And we have a lot of things we're going to talk to you guys with. And maybe get some opinions on what you guys think so you can help us create some of these videos coming up. Which would be fun. But what time is it? It's 9:47. We have an event to catch. HHN is calling our name. So we're going to be wrapping up today. We appreciate, again, all of you guys for coming out and supporting us and being here. But we have some houses to attend, some scare zones to see, some people to scare.
We're going to scare people?
Yeah. I scare people every day with my face. So it's going to be fun. But anyways, thank you so much again. I don't know how many times I said thank you. I'm going to continuously say thank you. But that's going to do it for us in this live stream. And until next week's live stream, which we'll post soon. I'm believing we might go live Tuesday. Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll let you guys know very soon. But until then, can't wait to see you guys there. Catch you guys in the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.